Hi guys, so Mia Rivero here. I'm down in Tampa, Florida, and I have been getting a ton of messages about how I recruited 30 women in 30 days, and I keep a log of the questions you guys send me, and I always say that I'm going to go live, so I wanted to make sure that I took care of at least some of those things now. Sorry, I'm like outside in the wind. I haphazardly decided to go live, and so I'm really hoping that this is going to be productive for you. So the reason it says that it's part one is because there are two things that I did. There's the information that I give, and then there's really the systems that I use. And I'm not going to be able to go through all of it now. Plus, I can't handle watching like an hour-long video, and so some of them are very beneficial. Trust me, I watch them all. But I don't think that you guys, it would be beneficial because I'll just kind of scroll all over the place. So I separated into two parts. I just got done doing a live call. Hi, Mandy. I just got done doing a live call, and I think it's important that you guys know the information that I'm giving to potentials. It's also the information that my team does when we do our live calls. Thanks, Michelle. Right now it's not really like brushed or anything. Anyway, so when we do our live calls, I want to make sure that they're productive. So in a 30-minute period, I'm essentially going through the same agenda that I would go through at an EOO. And you know, at most of our, some of you know, that most of our team EOOs, we recruit about 100 women that night. So we kind of have our script down, and it's just a matter of trial and error. We figured out what content works well. A lot of times what I find with consultants is that you're giving them a whole lot of information that they don't need, and you're overwhelming them, and a confused mind says no. And I was actually sitting with a girlfriend of mine the other night, and she was asking me if I wanted this Mary Kay charcoal mask, and I was like, absolutely. It sounds like it. I mean, I think that it like helps with clogged pores. Sounds like I really, really want it. So then she handed me a catalog, and I was like, oh well, you know, I'm really like, I'm having some trouble with dryness and some aging and some wrinkles. So I start going through and I'm making this list, and then the list got really long, and I was like, wow, this is getting really expensive. And then she says, well, did you know that certain products on your face can actually counteract, I need to move somewhere where there's not that much light, can actually counteract each other so they're not working. So if you're using Sephora this and a moisturizer that. Point is, I got so overwhelmed that I said, I can't place this order. The same thing happens when you're talking to a girl about joining. Okay, it can happen in your shopping room, but we're not talking about shopping right now. For now, we're talking about when someone wants to join. There's a whole lot of apprehension there. They're very reserved for the most part. People are hesitant to join a direct sales company because everyone's doing it and a whole lot of people are failing at it. So what do we have to do? We have to make sure that we are putting them at ease. We need to give them the information that they need in the moment, and then we need to make sure that we are filling them with confidence. And I almost always end my calls by saying, I hope that you see in yourself what the person who invited you sees in you, because that's what matters. It's about a feeling that you give them, and I'll talk more about that in my second call. But for now, I wanted to give you kind of the content, what we actually give them. So the information we give, which I don't feel is too much. We're not vomiting all over them. We're not talking about 6% commission here and $200 minimum until you promote. We're not talking about any of that. Instead, we want to talk about what they would need to make their decision to decide to start owning and operating their own business. And yes, people are scared to do the work. So what I do, and this is a lawyer technique, so you see the lawyer part of me come out every now and then. In the courtroom, they always say, if there's damaging evidence against you, right? So let's say there's the murder weapon, right? There's damaging evidence against you. You always want to let the jury know ahead of time, you're going to see this damaging evidence. I'm letting you know. This way when it comes out, that person was prepared for it, so it's not as shocking. So I do the same thing when it comes to recruitment. I let the girls know, like, look, you're gonna get your kit and maybe you'll get overwhelmed, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna let your box sit, or you're gonna do your first party and then you're not gonna follow up with any of them. You're gonna be a one-hit wonder, or you are gonna try to do all your training so you don't book that party, then your first party happens in 6 weeks, then you get sad that you missed fast track. I let them know all the bad things that could possibly happen. This way one of two things happens, or two things happen. Number one, they're prepared for it, so they're like, you said it's gonna happen and I'm gonna show you it's not gonna happen. And number two, if it does happen, I can let them know, you knew that this was gonna happen, so there's no person to blame except yourself. So let's talk about the content, because I want to try to make this quick for you guys. So the first thing that I do is a welcome. Now this is on a call, so a call is going to be different than if you're sitting with a girl at lunch. Like a girl at lunch is not going to need example demos and stuff like that. So I'm just going to tell you about when I do like a live call, and then from that you can take the information that you want and transfer it to your lunches and transfer it to your EOOs or whatever it is that you want. So let's see. I start with a welcome. So I say, hi, I'm Mia. I want to lay the foundation and give some credibility. So I do let them know that I'm about to hit 5 years in business. I do this full time. Now, let's say you're brand new and you're not. You tell them that as well. And if you're like, I don't really have any sales or anything to back me up, the credibility can also be how Pure Romance makes you feel. Like, the reason why I'm sharing this opportunity with you is because Pure Romance makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. And I want other women to have that same feeling. That right there, it makes you credible, okay? It tells them that what you're selling them is not just poppycock, okay? I never get to use that word. And then if I'm on a call or I'm at an EOO, I let them know that if they were invited, then it's because they're special. We don't farm people in. Pure Romance is not like other companies. When you sign somebody up, you don't get a bonus. Pure Romance doesn't just want you to farm people in. They want you enhancing other people's lives. So that means bringing someone in and then helping them be successful. So although you don't have to carry them, it's in our best interest to help someone be successful because we get paid on their success. And that's a big deal. When a woman hears that you're not going to get paid just because she decides to sign the paper, then she knows that you're not just going to abandon her. She knows that you have a vested interest, not in just her signing, but in her success. And then what happens? Sorry, I keep messing with my hair. Then what happens? She feels like you're going to be there with her, you're going to be a partner. She also doesn't feel like you're selling her. So the next thing I do is I tell them what Pure Romance is. Pure Romance is so much more than vibrator sales. Guys, if you're not hitting this, then you're crazy pants. I tell them that we do bridal shows. I tell them we do sexual health education classes. I'll do in-home private consultations with a family that just wants to spice things up. We don't just sell bedroom accessories. We sell products for vaginal dryness. We sell products for men who maybe orgasm a little faster than they would want to. We help bring confidence back to the bedroom. We help with communication. We help keep married women married, single women safe, and all women happy. That's what we do, which is why I am so proud of it. So when you tell people that, and especially when I say that line, they want a piece of that. They're like, yeah, I want to be a part of this movement. Everything that I do and the way that I recruit, I keep moving, trying because I'm blinding myself. The way that I recruit is 100% based on emotion and feeling, because here's the deal. Pure Romance changed my life. Pure Romance made my life so much better. It gave me the confidence that I needed. I love everything about my life, and it's because of Pure Romance. So when I'm sitting across from somebody, they can feel that, and when they feel it, they want a piece of it. The difference between them and me, they're the same as me, right? I'm 31. Is a little more to love, right? So I'm not a stick figure. I'm a mom. I got 2 kids, so I have car line, everything else going on. I have been divorced twice. I just had my second divorce. I am there. I am you. There is no difference, okay? I don't fold my laundry either. My dishes sit forever. I Netflix, and it has to ask me if I'm still watching because I do it for so long. I am you. So what's the difference between you and me? Because you're not happy because you're in the hamster wheel 9 to 5 over and over and over again, and I am ecstatic and living the life that I never thought I'd have. The difference is Pure Romance. So you want to get from point A to point B. Point A is where you are. Point B is where I am. The difference is buying your kit and becoming a consultant gets you to point B. That's the only difference between you and me. So that's what I'm communicating to them when I'm sitting down and talking to them. Does this make sense as a business decision? Of course. Our kits are cheaper than companies like LuLaRoe. Our products are consumable, and I'm going to get into that in a second. But it's a business decision, and it makes sense on paper. On paper, 100% Pure Romance makes sense. But people are scared. So you can't just business them to death and statistic them to death. You can't. If I told you, I'm going to hand you if you hand me $5 right now, I'm going to hand you back 10 in 2 minutes. It's a no-brainer, right? You're going to hand me $5 and I'm going to hand you back 10. The problem, and the reason everyone will not hand you 5 is because 90% of people, yes, I just made that statistic up, but 90% of people are not going to believe you're actually going to hand them 10. They're going to think that there's a catch because they've been screwed, because other companies have done that. So yes, we make sense. Everything about this makes sense, but they just need to believe you. They need to buy in. They need that trust. And it's not just about what you say. Anybody can talk at you and convince you. Some people are better salespeople than others. You need to be walking the walk. You need to feel like Pure Romance can change their life because it changed yours. And if you're like, but Pure Romance hasn't changed my life, I'm still paying all that money in shipping. I haven't paid off my IAP. Here's the deal. You need to sit your ass down and you need to make a list of all the things Pure Romance has done for you and your life. And then you need to ask yourself, what would my life be like without Pure Romance? Because once you do that, you can really see what other people have waiting for them. And I want you to take into consideration the fact that just because Pure Romance hasn't done something for you doesn't mean it can't do it for them. Chances are that person could be the next Dana Barish, and you just don't know it because you're thinking, well, I haven't made any money at my last 3 parties. That's you. Don't project your life on that person. Maybe they'll host this coach better, or maybe they will follow up. You have to offer this because of the opportunity and what it could do to that person's life. And if you have not read the poem, Maybe She Needs Me, it makes me cry every single time. I would be happy to read it to you, though I'm not going to. It's incredible. It's what you need to read yourself every single solitary day. Sorry, I'm right by the airport. Okay, so let's get back into content. Sorry about that. I get a little emotional. So what's next? Okay, so then I tell them, here's the deal. Pure Romance is better than every other direct sales company. One day, direct sales is probably, toilet paper will probably be direct sales. That's just the reality of it. So what we need to do is we need to figure out which direct sales company is best for them. And I let them know, if you don't want to do Pure Romance and if Pure Romance is not for you, that is fine by me. I want you doing what makes you happy. I want you doing what makes sense. However, we need to make sure that we make a business decision and not just a me decision. And what I mean by that is maybe I love purses and I love leggings and I love jewelry. I can still buy those things and support my friends that sell those things while making a business decision to sell a product that'll actually make me money. So if people decide not to do Pure Romance, then that's on them. And I tell the girl, if you decide not to do Pure Romance, then that is fine. That's a decision that you're making, and I'm okay with that. But don't say that I didn't tell you the difference between you selling something that you truly love and truly believe in, like purses, and you selling Pure Romance, which you would eventually truly love and believe in if you use the products. Because if you look at it just from a business standpoint, this is the only company anybody should ever do. So let's talk a little bit about, God, the sun here. I'm down in Florida. I'm just like awful. Okay, so why do I tell them it's better? I give them the apartment example. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm a squiggle, okay? If you don't know your shapes, like look up Connie Podesta shapes. So I'm a squiggle. I love starting things and I get really excited and I jump on Pinterest, I'll buy all the supplies, and then I don't really do a whole lot of anything else. My follow through is pretty bad. So I work out really, really well with squares, and I think triangles, I don't know, I confuse them. Oh, hello. Because I work really, really well with them because I thrive on structure and organization. Because if you can put my ideas and my momentum with the people who can organize that shit, let me tell you, we are unstoppable. I probably shouldn't have cursed. My bad. Don't be mad. Oh, okay. So anyway, when I was shopping for apartments, because I'm OCD, I made an Excel spreadsheet of every single apartment complex within a 30-mile radius of where I was working. And on the left-hand side, it said all the things that I was looking for, and up at the top, it said all the apartment complexes. And I marked off square footage, whether or not water was included, did they accept pets, what the deposit was, how many pedophiles were in the area, like literally everything. I wanted to know everything because I am that person where to make an educated decision. Sorry. Can I flip this around? See it. Like, I'm literally 1 mile from the airport, so that was right above my head. Anyway, I'm that person. I want to make a decision, but I need to feel like I know all of the information. I need to know all of it. So I eventually just made my grid, and I figured out which apartment complex made the most sense. And literally it stood out like a sore thumb. So the example that I give a girl is that I did that with direct sales. Now, did I do it? No, somebody else did it. But there's a chart, it was floating around a while ago, and it lists all the different direct sales companies, their commissions, whether or not you have to recruit, what the minimum is, the bonus, everything. Pure Romance stuck out like a sore thumb as the obvious choice for direct sales. So, I don't remember the statistics, something like 85% of women who make over 6 figures do it through direct sales. So we already know everybody should be doing direct sales. If you don't want to be in the hamster wheel and you don't want to be doing 9 to 5 forever, because the definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So eventually, if you want a lifestyle that's different than the one that you're living right now, then you need to do something different than what you're doing right now. So we need to make sure that you know that direct sales is inevitable for you. We just have to find out which one is the best. Now, there's probably going to be one that you love, and there's going to be one that you can actually make money at, which is Pure Romance. If you're lucky, they're one and the same. That's what happened to me. If you're not, and you're like, but I love LuLaRoe, that's awesome. P.S. Walmart has the same leggings, but that's fine. You can support your LuLaRoe friends, and you can still get your leggings while making money somewhere else. So here are the things that would essentially be on that spreadsheet, and why Pure Romance is the obvious choice in direct sales and when you want a business, because at the end of the day, we're business owners, right? Like, you want to make a business decision. First of all, consumability. I go through these with every single person, and I promise I'm going to go a little faster, but consumability. Our products are consumable, which makes them better. If you're going to use Pampered Chef and you're going to buy a $150 pan, do you need to buy another $150 pan next year, even next week, since they have like a lifetime warranty? No, you probably don't buy another $150 pan for like 5 years, if not longer. With Pure Romance, the majority of our items are liquid consumable products. So shave cream, sprays, perfumes, lubricants, things like that. You want something that's consumable. Why? Because everybody wants, and everyone that makes a lot of money has, multiple streams of income. IOU. With Pure Romance, you have I, which is the immediate. You go to a party, you take someone's credit card, you swipe it, you have that money right then. Whereas other companies cut you a check and you have to wait. O is ongoing. That means you're not doing anything, you're not seeing that person again, but they're reordering from you because you've already seen them, they became addicted, and they're reordering. That's the ongoing. That's why consumers calls for that second stream of income. And the third is you, which is ultimate. The ultimate form of wealth, of course, is going to be that you can sleep and you're still getting paid to work. So for us, that would be with recruitment. So everyone should be recruiting. It doesn't make any sense not to recruit. But with Pure Romance, and what's wonderful is that you don't actually have to recruit. Other companies, like, they say you can make 6 figures and supplement your full-time income and you can quit, blah, blah, blah. But they're getting sued right now because you can't actually do that unless you add a bunch of people in. With Pure Romance, you start at 40 or 45% and you can always buy at 50%. Like, you can make a lot of money and never add anybody in. However, eventually you're going to want to add people in. Why? Because this is a business and you want to make money, and you can make an insane amount of money by recruiting. Now, why do I say that? Think about it this way. Imagine that, so tonight's Friday, right? You're going to go to a party tonight. Let's say you go to a party tonight and you sell $500. Awesome, you just made $250. Give me a break. This is not the best placement for a call. You made $250. So now let's say you add a girl to your team. So next Friday, you're doing a party, you're making your $250 profit, and then she sells her $500. So that night, what did you make? You made your $250, and you made whatever your percentage, so I'll use mine, 6% of her $500. Well, then you recruit another girl. On and on and on. So now I have 670 people on my team. This Friday, I'm gonna party, I'm gonna make my $500, and then I'm gonna make 6% of, let's say half of them are partying. I'm gonna make 6% of what 350 girls make tonight. That is why. That's your ultimate wealth. So if I'm not partying and I want to do whatever, or I make other plans, my party cancels, it's okay because I'm still making plenty of money. Okay, so I owe you 3 streams of income, and that's why consumability is so important. The next thing is high commission, and I already touched on that. With Pure Romance, why don't I just move the book into the shade? I'm a moron. With Pure Romance, like I said, you start at 40 or 45% and you can always buy higher. Whereas other companies, I feel like I just did a party and the girl got 15% or 20%. Dude, I'm not rolling out of bed for less than $50 an hour, so you shouldn't either. With Pure Romance, you have a flexible schedule. Pure Romance does not dictate what you do. They just want no men, no babies, and keep it classy. They're not gonna intervene and tell you when you need to work. I know, like, this poor Mary Kay girl, she's like, well, we had 2 events a week. You were required to bring someone. You always had to wear a skirt. I was like, I'm sorry now, what? Like, no. With Pure Romance, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. And that's really important when you're talking to a girl, because you want to feel like a business owner. You get to be a business owner without spending all of the initial cost that a lot of other people spend to own and operate their own business. With Pure Romance, it's easy to book parties. Here's the deal. Life is stressful, okay? And I say this all the time. Women lose their identities. You become mom, chef, maid, chauffeur. You become a shell of a human being, and it gets stressful and depressing. Like, is this it? And the last thing that you want when you finally have a night to yourself or a night off is to be doing a party where everybody pays $20 and then you get wrapped and it's supposed to dehydrate you so you look like you lost weight, or you invite everybody over so they can learn about vitamin water, okay? Or cleaning supplies. That is not what you want. However, if you finally get a break and your girlfriends get a break, and there's going to be a person coming over for free. She's going to make them laugh their ass off. She's probably going to tie them up and tickle them, and she's going to show you all sorts of bedroom stuff, and it's going to be hilarious and fun. Like, of course you're willing to do that. That's why Pure Romance is better, because it's easy for us to book parties. If you say no to having a party, then you're a moron. There's literally no reason not to. We give you a free shopping spree, we come to your house for free, and we entertain you. Like, you have to be an idiot to not have a party. So I can understand why people don't want to do like a makeup party, or they don't want to do like a cleaning supply party, or a vitamin party, or an essential oil party. But if you don't want to do a Pure Romance party, I mean, that is a party. So that's a big deal. I tell the girls how easy it is to book parties. And then last but not least, we have products for everybody, and the price ranges for everybody. So we have products for men, products for women. You can use miracle oil on a baby's scalp and it gets rid of all the cradle caps. So that's a product for a child. I use Between the Sheets in the dog crate. So it's a product for pets. We have products for everybody. Okay. So it's not pigeonholed with jewelry or makeup or leggings. And then we have products in price range for everybody. We have $15 products and we have $300 products. So we have the broke college girl can still support you, and your single or your stay-at-home mom or the housewife who doesn't have anything to do but knows what you pay for, she can definitely get herself a Euphoria item. So we have stuff that caters to everybody. There are so many other reasons why people should do Pure Romance, but those are just when you're looking at it from a business standpoint, the difference between our direct sales company and the rest. It's why Pure Romance stands out and is a no-brainer. So then the next thing I do, if they've never been to a party with me, is I do want to show them a couple demos, because a lot of times people are intimidated. They're like, I can't do what you do. Like, I'm not funny. And you don't have to be a stand-up comedian. I let them know we've been in business for 25 years. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have cue cards, videos. We have all the scripts written out. All you have to do is play a part. So you simply go into the party and you put on your hat like the play is beginning. You educate them on each individual product, and the party is done before you even realize it. And you're not necessarily doing anything with the product except telling them what it does. So then I give them like a virgin demo, and I'm like, look, you do not have to be hilarious, but just by virtue of explaining the product, you're going to be funny. So I say, look, and I hold up a pen and I say, imagine that this is like a virgin, right? So it's a little cream. This is what you're going to do. You are literally going to walk into a party and repeat verbatim what I'm saying until you have your own rhythm. Hi, ladies. This is called Like a Virgin. This is going to make you tight tonight. Take a little bit of this, put it on the inside of the vagina, and over the course of 30 minutes, it makes you tighter and tighter and tighter till you feel like a virgin. When he inserts himself, you're going to feel super tight. He's going to feel super big. You're welcome. Here's the deal with this product. It is a 24-hour tightener. What I want you to do, though, and this is a big disclaimer, please make sure you're listening, do not put this on, then let him go downtown. He's going to come up and go, what did you do to my lips? Now, if you like the silent type, buy a case of it, put it in a cereal. I sell it by the 6-pack. But you're going to want to wait that first 30 minutes before you get any kind of downtown play. And that's called Like a Virgin. That's it. So I'm not being a stand-up comedian. I literally learned what the product does, learned what you shouldn't do with the product, and then I tell it to them. It takes me 30 seconds and I move on. And that's an easy $20 sale. Every single person buys Like a Virgin. And I do the same thing with O. So all that you're doing is showing them, you're taking, basically, you want to know how I figured all this out? I sat down one day and I said, what are all the reasons why somebody doesn't join? What are all the reasons? And I listed them all out. They don't join because they're not funny. They don't join because they don't have the money. They don't join because they're worried about this and that and that. And so in all the stuff I'm telling you, I'm answering all of those things. So one of the apprehensions is that they don't think that they're funny and they or they couldn't do a party. All that I did was say, you're just going to take it item by item and tell them what each item does. Remembering you're catering to pleasure and pain. Increase pleasure, decrease pain, and then that's it. And then the last thing I say is, so here's the deal. Everybody always asks me, so what do you really need to get started? What do you have to do? The answer is simple. You just have to decide to start. Look at all these flyaways, sorry. You have to decide to start. This isn't about, can I afford it? What will my family say? When will I have time to do a party? How many parties can I fit in? How do I handle taxes? Stop. That is not what this is. This is about, do you want your life to change? Do you think that this could change your life? If the answer to both of those questions is yes, then you need to make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. And that's what my team always does, and that's always our theme. Here's the deal, and I say that a lot. That person that you're talking to, they're going to want to sign. They're going to want to join. Some of them will, and that's awesome, and some of them won't. And the people that don't, I always let them know, a year from now, you're going to wish you had started today. Because you're going to want your life to change, and this is the way to change your life. What you have to do is take that first step, and the first step is believing in yourself. It's not about any of the other nonsense, because where there's a will, there's a way. Trust me, if you can find $150 to randomly spend at Target when you went in there to get curtains, then you can spend $150 to believe in yourself and start owning and operating your own business. Okay. And then I let them know if I have a signing bonus. I just let them know, like, if you decide that you're gonna take that chance on yourself, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna whatever it is that the signing bonus is. And if you don't have a signing bonus, then you don't have a signing bonus. A lot of times I do we do a 24-hour challenge. So if you book a party in 24 hours that happens in the next 2 weeks, then we're gonna give you $50 in gifts. So that's just kind of like our thing, but you can do whatever is best for you. I hope that you found this information helpful. Do me a favor if you did, and comment below and let me know what part of it you thought was the most helpful, because I go back and look at the comments and I'm like, okay, well, apparently everybody loved that. And I make these same videos for my team. And a lot of times I realize that I scrolled and talked for 30 minutes when there's really only 2 or 3 things that I could have pulled out and then repeated. So it helps me too. And then I'll make sure that I do part 2. Part 2 is not what I said to the girls necessarily, because I said a lot of this, but the actual system that I used to recruit the 30 girls. So in April, I recruited 30 girls. I actually did 30 girls in about 16 days, and I think all but 1 are active. And I did it by channeling my inner square or triangle, whichever one it is, and using spreadsheets and things like that. So I will go through that actual system when I'm at a computer with you. It involves a lot of color coding, and I will tell you the secret to success there was definitely in follow-up, and I can't believe it took me 5 years to do it, but it obviously worked. All right, guys, I hope that you found this useful, and good luck. Enjoy partying this weekend. If you're not partying, make sure you're staying a student and do something for your business. Love you guys. Make sure you get your butt to the Worldwide Rally also, and get registered for national training, because you're crazy pants if you don't attend national events. They're literally what propelled my business and why I have the team that I have. All right, bye.